Well, hello, hello,
Hello, hello
hello.
there, my
Oh
lord.
my gosh. Welcome to episode
Oh
3.
my God, Triss.
Trace.
That's what they call it. That's
That
what they call it.
is, that
Yes.
is, that is what they call it.
I'm so
Welcome
excited.
back
Yes.
to the I'm Not in the Mood podcast.
Yeah.
My name is Jade. Hello.
My name is Theo. The last time she said nobody calls me the Mr. Please Don't Irk Me, but I
We
did
don't.
find out that that's what people actually do call me. So we're just gonna go by that. I'm
We were
Theo.
like, are the people in the room with us?
No.
Okay.
But okay, so everybody outside of this room calls me Mr. Please Don't Irk Me. But my name is Theo, yes.
Don't piss me off. All right. So if you have not seen episode 1 or 2, please take the time to do so.
Please.
All right. It is on my YouTube page. That
Yes.
is Jade from I'm Not in the Mood podcast.
Yeah.
It is on Theo's YouTube page.
Yes,
The Please Don't Irk Me show. Subscribe to both. Thank you
Yes,
so
please.
much. We
And
would
also
so
please make
appreciate
sure
it.
for Instagram.
Ugh.
Like we listen,
Instagram,
we're
Not in the
trying
Mood
to get it
podcast,
up. Okay.
_24.
Make sure that you guys not only subscribe, like we said the last time, make sure you like.
Okay.
Oh my lord. Make sure you comment.
Do a little share.
Okay.
All right.
And then hit the bell.
Hit that bell.
Okay.
All right. So let's jump into it. You know, we
Woo.
always going to start off with a mental health check.
Yes.
Fat,
Yes.
how are you today? Scale of 1 to 10. Don't piss me off. Thank you so much.
Okay, so it was a 2 to 3.
Yep.
Then we got to a 4.
Then we got to a
We're
4.
climbing Jacob's ladder like last time.
Yep.
No, but now I am really at like a 7.
Yes, for the jumps.
Listen,
I'm here for it.
Life has been just amazing. I think life has been doing really great things. Not just for me, but for the both of us, the way that our videos are like taking off and things like that. We're almost viral on TikTok. So
Almost.
life has been just really great. I'm hoping that it stays like that, because usually when everything's going great, sometimes you know the devil just has to be busy in some type of way. But I'm really good, and I'm really happy to really say that.
I'm loving the 7.
Thank you.
Loving the 7. I thought you were going to give me like a 4.5. I was going to be really irritated.
I was really going to say 4.2. But
Okay.
I mean, you know, no, but God has been really great. He's doing really awesome and marvelous things in my life.
All right.
Yeah. But how about you?
So I would say I'm like teetering between like a 7 and an 8, because as you said, there's some really great things going on, some blessings that have come through, that I am just really, really, really thankful for.
Yes.
However, in the midst of those blessings, there's a bit of chaos, because you know the planning and all of that. So there are some days where I'm like, yes. And then there are some times where I'm like, oof, it's a lot going on. And I, slide down to a 7.
Right.
But, overall,
Slide
we're
it down.
good.
It's really crazy. Like, we just go back and forth, back and forth. Somebody play Aaliyah, Lord.
Oh, my. R.I.P.
Yes.
All right. So let's see. Question for you.
Ooh.
Do you prioritize your mental health?
Not as much as I should. I really should take a lot more time in my mental health. I think that every day we just like go through the day and not even really think about the stuff that
about the stuff.
Yeah, like even think about like some stuff that you're dealing with mentally and things like that. So I don't think I prioritize it the way that I want to. I should, though. And I think that is really important, because, like, I mean, obviously we need our minds and we need it to be good and we need it to be healthy. But sometimes I could really go day by day by day and not even really think about it. And then it's like after a week, it hits me like, dang, you're a little depressed, guy. You okay? You all right? But I really should a lot more. But I can say like really being truthful and being honest, because, 100% honest. I should take it more seriously.
Yeah.
How about you?
I'm gonna answer that question, but I have a follow-up.
Okay.
What would prioritizing your mental health more look like for you?
I think like therapy, that would
Mm-hmm.
definitely be a great thing. Sitting in your emotions,
Mm.
like, like dealing with them. And like I said before, like, I can go day by day. Please, man. Our insiders are really going to be allowed, you guys. Please, okay? No, but like, I don't have the time to really sit in my emotions to really
Mm-hmm.
deal with them, because we can go day by day, and all that stuff, and not really be like, dang, like, are you okay? Like, even ask yourself that question, like, am I okay? Because sometimes I'm not, but I don't think about it.
Right.
Nor do I even try to dive into it. I'm just like, listen, I got projects to do. I got
You're
all this
right.
stuff to do.
Right.
And I'm going to get this done.
Mm-hmm.
After I'm done, then I'm going to deal with you. But
Yeah.
then even when after I'm done,
There's
something
something
else comes. So I never get
Child.
the time. But how about you? Do you think you prioritize it?
I could say the same, not as much as I should.
Mhm.
I try. But it's just, child, life just be life, and so much stuff goes on between, like, just balancing, like, family, work, school, and then trying to figure out a way to fit myself into all that. Sometimes the pieces just don't fit. Like, sometimes it just
actually good right there.
sometimes it just doesn't. It just doesn't. And like you said, it's like I might know, like, I'm not really feeling it. Like, I'm not really okay, but also I'm not okay, but like this is going on over here and that's going over there and that's going on over there. So it's like, well, those kind of take priority.
You know what's the scary thing about that is that this could get probably a little deep right here, is that we go through the day wearing a mask, not even thinking about it. Like, we're in people's faces, like smiling, laughing, joking, and we're like, some of us are like dying inside.
Yeah.
Like, because we're not dealing with the things that we deal with. And then by the time you get home, you're just like, you're exhausted from the day. And then you don't even want to deal with the things that you want to actually supposed to deal with when it comes to your mental health. So that's even more scary, that like you go through the day and you're not even being yourself, but you're on like what they call it, like
autopilot.
Yeah, autopilot. Yeah. And it's just like we're just doing it to just do it. When sometimes that can become a little scary.
Especially if you are someone who works in like a people facing role. So like so like food service, like the restaurant industry, the hospitality industry, customer service, just like anywhere where you are constantly dealing with people. You do wear that mask because we're also told that, like, you know the saying when you go to work, like, oh, once you cross the door, like, leave it outside
and pick it up when you leave.
Right. So like that kind of gets embedded into your mind. So it's like this day can actually go to hell, but it's also 8 a.m. and I'm on my way to work. No, seriously.
No, that's
so it's like it's 8 a.m. but I'm on my way to work. So I kind of just have to act like everything's okay because I get to work and I have employees and like other managers and they don't care about what's going on. They care
Especially
about
the customers. They really don't care.
So, but that's a good point.
It is a good point. It is. It really is. And I know for myself, I need to stop doing that for myself too. So yeah.
Does social media impact your mental health?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
I'm screaming.
Social media does, because like, sometimes in social media things can be like a hit or miss. And especially with, us being content creators, it's like, sometimes you'll get that buzz when something may go viral. I mean, I am thankful for all the videos that have went viral on my behalf. But then like, even when you spend a lot of time on something and it doesn't get anything, you're just like, I spent 3 weeks editing this thing and only got 3 views. This is crazy. Like, why isn't it running up for me? I would say, but that is really a great impact when it does come to social media, because you do want everything to be, the greatest, and you want everything to reach people, to make people laugh, make people feel good about themselves. But that does play a factor. That definitely does.
What about the opposite end of social media? So not from like a content creating standpoint, but just from like is it a viewer, consumer, whatever the word would be of social media? Does that impact your mental health?
Meaning, like, if something doesn't go right or something like that?
No, like just as somebody who not creates content on like
Mhm.
TikTok, but like just scrolls through TikTok or Instagram.
That
or
could
like,
definitely affect them, yeah, because of all the breaking news that we get, like, you
Mhm.
know, especially with the celebrities passing away, or all the
Mhm.
stuff that's happened with, you know, politics, stuff that's happening, all the ratchet stuff too, like, you know, the Zeus networks and things like
That's
that, you know.
crazy.
So I know that definitely plays a factor for people who are just scrolling, because like and then it's even bad that we're even like just scrolling throughout our day, like all day long, because like you're finding yourself on Instagram or TikTok for like 3 hours, and time just gets away from you, you
Yeah.
know. But yeah, especially with all the stuff that's going on in the world right now, I know that definitely can affect somebody, social media wise. I know that it
Yeah.
definitely can. But yeah.
I feel like social media is a nice escape, at least for me,
Yeah.
because, you know, going through the whole day and just like managing life, sometimes like at the end of the day, I don't want to do anything but
Yeah.
just sit in the chair in my own little
Mhm.
corner. In my own little
Not
chair.
Cinderella. Please don't irk me.
And just scroll through TikTok and like
Mhm.
Instagram reels and kind of just zone out.
Mm.
I will also say it's a impact to mental health, so to speak, because I would say social media has desensitized us to a lot.
Ooh.
And
Oh,
like sometimes you don't even realize,
no.
like, until you sit back and think about it, like, wow, I should probably be a bit more affected by this than I actually am.
Mm-hmm. That is really true, because especially with like, you know, people passing away and things like that. Not saying that we don't take that seriously, but when we don't know the person, or when like, you know, we probably never seen the person, we're just like, okay, somebody just like passed away or something. When we should really be like, dang, like that's really tough. Like
Yeah.
for anybody to lose anybody, you know. But
Mhm.
desensitizing is really a thing, because like even with all the wars and things that's happening and all that stuff, people aren't even talking about all the crazy stuff that's happening, which is
Yeah.
even more crazy too, that it's just like all this wild stuff is happening. We're just like, okay, scroll, scroll, scroll. And I'm just like, dang, like we have come to that.
Yeah.
We have really come to that. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely
I
have.
definitely blame social media for a lot of stuff, like especially with like people, because you know when we were coming up, we didn't have social media,
We
so
really
like we were
didn't.
really outside.
We had little
We hit a
stuff.
little fire hydrant, you know.
We had little stuff.
Yeah, I mean Facebook and all that stuff really didn't come around until like we were in college, or like towards the end of like high school.
Yeah, I would say it was like the end of high school.
Yeah.
And then it really took off like while we were in college.
Yeah.
Nothing like what it is
Definitely not
now.
nothing like what it is today.
No.
No. Definitely even when like YouTube wasn't even really a thing until the whole Janet Jackson Super Bowl thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like social media has progressed so much that I don't think sometimes I don't think it progressed in the right direction. Which, you know, some people try to stay or try to keep their kids off of social media. Say like, you don't deserve a social media yet. Not yet. Not till you turn 13, 14 or something like that. But like, you know, it's real out here. So social media plays a big factor, I know, in a lot of our lives.
Yeah. How have you shown up for yourself lately?
I don't even know that I really show up for myself.
Ain't
which is a little crazy.
crazy?
I don't think I show up for myself as much as I used to. Yeah, this probably would have been a nice tissue moment.
It's okay.
Is
Wave
that
Wave
is that I think that, oh Lord, I think that I show up for myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I really think that sometimes I'm doing great by myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really not. There's a lot of stuff that I do. There's a lot of stuff that, but that's me saying like me showing up for myself. Like, of course, I can tie in all the things that I do when it comes to content creating and things like that. But for me mentally, I don't think I show up for myself as much as I should.
Yeah.
Um, and that's really scary to say out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little scary to say out loud. Now I do show up for myself, like, you know, but I don't think that like if I had to do that on a scale from 1 to 10, I would say I show for myself like 3 out of the 10, when I know that it should be a lot higher.
Yeah. What do you think prevents you from showing up for yourself?
Pushing things on the back burner. It's really all ties into like mental.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a really scary thing that it's just like, I really wish that I would take it a lot more seriously. My homework is still not finished.
That's actually really crazy. That's actually really crazy.
Third episode, still don't have a therapist,
Man.
which I think that will really be a great way for me showing up for myself.
Yes.
Like, I really have to,
Yes, you do.
I really have to. Y'all hold me accountable, Lord. Please, I need a therapist, Lord, please.
Somebody recommend him a therapist, please.
Listen, or can somebody comment down and say like, hey, you know, I'm a therapist, you know, long as you're Black, okay? All things Black, praise the Lord. But yeah, I think...
And licensed.
Okay, thank you. Okay, because that's very essential, because a lot of y'all out here giving advice and don't even have a... Anyway,
right.
But I think that would be a great way for me to show up for myself, to really like take my mental seriously. But how about you?
Definitely not enough.
Mm.
I would say a huge part of what prevents me from doing so, well, it's kind of twofold. So the first part is not really knowing how to. And then the second part is...
Ooh, watch yourself.
The second part is feeling guilty about it. So, yeah.
You talking good. But that's crazy that you even say that too. It's like all that really ties into us just sitting down and taking a moment to see like, what is it that I want?
Yeah.
Because I know we really, especially in our respective lives, we worry about so many other people. And we worry about so many other people's mental health, making sure people are feeling good, making sure people laugh, making sure people have some joy and things like that. But like, do we ever sit down in our filth, in our darkness, in our emotions, and say like, all right, so what do I need to do to make myself better? And I think that's really like the key.
It is.
To like, you know, even first admitting, because, you know, even when they say like, you know, AA meetings, things like that, you know, the first thing you have to do is just admit it. That like you're not okay. Even though like right now I'm just like, I am dandy, you know. But then with other people,
please.
But then low key I could be, you know, not the best inside.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's really key. It's just really sitting with yourself and saying like, you know, I missed the mark here, I missed the mark there, but I want to make myself better.
Yeah. What would you say you have? Because dang, it's November.
It is.
So we really are approaching the end of the year. This is actually really insane.
It really is. This year went by so quickly.
What would you say you learned about yourself just this past almost 12 months?
That being alone is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like, you know, and I love people. Like everybody, I love people. I really do.
I don't.
I'm saying that in a very sarcastic way.
Oh, okay, good.
For
I wanted to be clear.
Okay. If like actually don't like any of you. No. That being alone is okay. Like literally, because I used to think that like my happiness was drawn from being around people or having somebody there with you, or but I'm definitely learning that like being alone is like sometimes it's pretty amazing. It's pretty great. Like, you know, I was talking with somebody the other day, and they said that they could never go to dinner or lunch by themselves or go out to eat by themselves. I said, what? I will gladly go to eat by myself and thoroughly enjoy myself, like literally. But I'm definitely learning that that's one of the things that I definitely learned is like being alone is all right.
Yeah.
It's okay. I promise you there's a lot less stress by yourself than it is with other people. Like literally. What's one thing for you that you learned in this past year? I love the suspense every single time.
I'm
My
screaming.
Lord.
I think the main thing that I learned this past year is that it's gonna be okay. That I think that's the main thing that I learned. Cause as
My
the
Lord.
prophet Glow said, at the end of the day day got to end.
Okay. Evangelist Glorilla. Yes.
So I think that's the main thing that I learned this year, that through all of like just the chaos and the stress and the trials and the tribulations and the weapons that form, that prosper, all of it, it's gonna be all right.
Yes.
You're gonna be all right. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that's really, really good, because we can really tear ourselves down like really hard, and and before we even know it, we're like depleted, and then we literally have to be like, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be all right. I literally have to tell myself that like almost every day. Okay. I like to tell myself that almost every day, especially like when like I'm in the car or like going home and stuff like that. I'm like, Theo, everything's gonna be all right. It really is. Especially with all the crazy stuff that happened, in life. I really have to really remind myself. That's what really keeps people going.
Yeah.
Like that encouragement to yourself. So like, it's gonna be okay for sure. Is there anything else you learned from this past year? I definitely learned a lot more patience with people, because I really didn't have that as much. Patience and grace. I really didn't have that towards people a lot, like at all. But I'm definitely learning that.
I wouldn't say that I learned that towards people. I would say that I learned to have more patience and grace with myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
that's essential too.
It is. It really is. I feel like I've always been patient with people. I've always extended a lot of grace. It's really crazy. I really do not like people. I can't say it enough. I do not
Fun facts.
enjoy people, but I am really good with people.
With people, yeah.
But I don't treat people the same way that I treat myself. So I've been, I really don't know. I've been trying to unpack that.
Has that been a thing from like back when we were like growing up?
Oh yeah, I've always been, I would say, like more kind to people than I've been to myself. I really don't know why that is. Me and my therapist will talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually really deep. Like, I think that's a really great point, because that's some of the keys right there, you guys, unpacking it, my Lord, to really see like why. Like why would I ever do that to myself, or come to that conclusion to be comfortable doing that?
Yeah.
Like, because like, not talk about you, but like me as well, like I do that exact same thing where, even sometimes I could be hard on people, but then I could be soft on myself. Like it could be a whole vice versa thing too. But yeah, that's really good. That's really, really good.
Taking it back to, since you brought up, growing up in childhood, what is something that maybe you learned through either being taught or just through witnessing, that as you've gotten older, you realize like, that's not really the way things should be, and you're like trying to kind of work through and reprogram yourself?
To try to unlearn certain things. That's actually another great question too.
Yes, questions.
I mean, I will say this is probably going to woo, but I would say church things. Where like people teach you that like you have to wear your Sunday best going to church, or you have to, if you don't shout during the service, you weren't delivered, or if it's just like certain things that we learn in church that I really don't think it was really that serious. Like even when it comes to like women, when women were, only allowed to wear skirts, or like certain denominations, they really wouldn't allow women to wear pants and things like that. Like they literally thought that was of the devil. And I think a lot of churches really try to program you to think that like if you do one wrong thing, you're just instantly going to hell. or like when people try to outweigh another sin with another sin.
Child,
when like
they love
the wager of sin is death.
I mean,
there is one sin greater than the other, and I think that's one thing I had to unlearn.
Yeah.
And I really had to unpack that, because like when you grow up, and shout out to the church that I went to, Word of Faith, because I went from being in Kojic to non-denominational, and they really unpacked a lot of stuff that I was just like, oh, so like we can do that, or like we can, like, I never thought that I could wear sneakers to church, but in another denomination that's totally like against the law.
Right.
Like they will call the cops, like 5-0 knocking at the altar, like literally. But I think that I really had to unpack certain church stuff. And I'm grateful where I'm at right now with, my relationship with God, but I really had to unpack a lot of stuff that I learned from other denominations and things like that. But how about you? Lord, that's going to get me in trouble. Lord. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think the biggest thing that I have been working to unlearn is how to rest. Because I really don't know how to rest. Like, it's so like being like on vacation, that's different. But like being home and prioritizing rest, I struggle with that so much. Even when I force myself to do it, like I'm like, all right, I'm not folding these clothes. I don't feel like it. I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna watch this show. I'm gonna watch this movie. I still don't even fully relax, because in the back of my mind, I feel guilty. Like I probably really should be folding those clothes.
Right.
I don't know. That's just something like growing up. It was like you had to be doing something. They say about idle hands, and then it's like don't let the parents come in at 3:00 on a Saturday after they done been running errands all day, and you like laid on the couch.
They on the couch doing nothing,
right? Because now
that's a whole problem.
Yes,
and you didn't take the chicken out to thaw.
Right.
I know you lying.
Right. And then, but like just now, I guess now, like being a parent is like, well, some of those things were not my responsibility. Like I wasn't supposed to be out there grocery shopping.
No.
Like that's not what I was supposed to be doing.
No.
That was not my ministry. So like no, but seriously, so like
not my
just
ministry, please.
learning things. So just trying to, I understand the importance of rest. I know that it's important, but in the back of my mind, it's still something that I struggle with, because I always feel like I have to be doing something. Like I have to be productive.
Yes.
I have to be accomplishing something, but rest is an accomplishment too.
It is.
So
that's good.
That's the biggest thing that I struggle with.
That's really good. No, because like we really need to, because I know sometimes we're always on the go, where it's just like, sit your behind down.
Right.
Like sit down. Like it's okay. Like you don't have to do something every hour of the day.
Right.
Like, you really, really don't. And even like when it comes to like even people that you interact with, where they're just like, when you say like, oh, I was in bed till like 3:00, they're like, oh, I can't do that. It's okay to do that, like here or there. It's okay. It's all right. You probably can't do it because, that's not part of your life, but I'm trying to change my habits.
Right.
And I'm definitely going to make sure that I get a nap for sure. Like, I'm going to make sure I get a nap. If it's one thing I'm good for, it's definitely sleep. Like, I'm really, really good at that. But a nap, I am fantastic at it. I will find some time to take a nap.
I cannot nap. And I think that ties into like the rest thing of like not being able to fully relax myself to go to sleep in the middle of the day. Yeah. I cannot do it. I have to be literally like sick, knocking on death's door to nap. I really do. I really do. I can't. And I be so mad because I'm like, oh, I'm tired. Oh, I got like this window of time. I'm going to take a nap and I will be awake the entire time.
Oh, yeah. But even then, even still like sitting and just relaxing, like that's a part of the rest too.
It is. But I be wanting my Z's.
I know, me too. Listen, because if Lord knows I'm going to take a nap, okay? Listen.
What's the best advice that's been given to you, right? That you followed and you never regretted it?
I never regretted it. To be myself.
Hmm.
To literally just be myself. I think I was so conscientious of myself and make sure that I wasn't too loud, or making sure that I wasn't doing too much, or making sure I wasn't being too dramatic or theatric or something like that. But I think that really is something that somebody taught me to be like, I think like one time my father was just like, why you acting like that? You don't have to act like that. I was just like, oh, just trying something new. He just like, you can be yourself. It's okay, son. It's all right. Like, don't bend yourself to make other people happy.
Yeah.
Or don't bend yourself to have people enjoy your presence.
Yeah.
Your presence is more than enough. To be yourself and to be yourself unapologetically and to do that out loud. Listen, no, my father, big time, like he is like.
We love Big Time.
Listen,
friend of the show.
Definitely friend of the show. Even Mama Linda, where it's like,
also friend of the show.
Yes, also these windy idioms are really killing me. No, but like it's really great. I'm happy that I even said this on my birthday. That was in June. I said that I'm glad that God blessed me with I'm glad that God blessed me with the parents that I have. Like God couldn't have given me anybody any better or greater, because the way that my father pours into me, even my mother too, the way that all four of my parents, the way that they pour into me is something really special, and they really want nothing but the best for me. And when they don't see that I'm at 100, they're concerned about that, and they want to ask, hey, why? They may irk me when they ask that question. I'm like, I'm okay. They're like, you're not okay. I'm okay.
Right.
Listen to me. No, but like, I'm really happy that I have the parents that I have, so that they can let me know that it's okay to be you.
Yeah.
And it's totally fine. But what's one thing somebody told you that you will never forget?
It's actually not as serious as yours, but I promise you, I follow it every time, and I never regret it.
Okay.
So, Amber, my sister, told
friend
me.
Of the show.
Yo,
I love her.
Now, don't fool around and get yourself fired, but walk with me. She told me, do not be late and hungry. And she changed the game. She changed the game. But I'm so serious, though. I'm so serious. No, think like.
Why is that a word?
No, it really is. No, because think about it. Even if you take the superficialness out of that and you dig deeper, right? We sacrifice so much sometimes for jobs that would not do the same in return. Like, you work next to somebody today and they gone tomorrow. Yes. Or like, just, I've been seeing online, like, just people talk about horror stories with different companies or whatever. Somebody posted how, somebody that they worked with was late for work one day, had never been late, but they were late.
I don't like the way this is going already.
We're late. And the management team was like talking about firing this person, had never been late in life, but like was late this day, and they was ready to fire this person. It turns out the person had passed. Like, just that, like, that's crazy to me.
Even the whole thing with the bank, with the lady at the bank inside her office for 4 days and nobody knew that she was passed.
Yeah,
away.
Like, that's wild.
Like, that's really crazy.
One thing that I can say about
obviously the also another thing, the custodian wasn't doing his job, because you're literally supposed to be going inside and vacuuming and sweeping a little bit.
Anything.
And you didn't.
So
do
I hope there was a termination on his desk.
I really hope so.
But moving on, one thing that I can say is that at least managers that I've had, they've cared enough that, like, to at least ask if you were okay.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you was 30 minutes late, so we definitely gonna have this conversation. Yeah. But
because enlighten me.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
You good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, now I know you lying.
Right.
Because she was 30 minutes. Like, you know what I mean?
Because we had to put two and two together. But
Yeah.
I even do that as a manager. Like, even when, like, you know, I told the story one time when, like, a girl told me that her mom died. Like, she literally told me that her mom died, like, to my face. I mean, she was on the phone, and then, like, her mom walks in, like, a couple hours ready to pick up her daughter. But I was on the phone with you crying. Like, you know, but, like, I'm the type of manager that cares enough. Like, sometimes I always tell people, like, please don't irk me, but, like, when it comes to the people that I work with, even if somebody's running late,
killing off your mom is nasty.
It's crazy.
Word.
That's crazy. And then also, I was cool with your mom too. Like,
I would
what are
never.
we doing? I was like, I just know you lying up in here. Like, I know you lying. So, even like, you know, even that, I'm just like, with me being a manager, it's like, listen, I know that you're late. I get it. But, like, you have to give me a heads up or something like that. Like, and I tell people, I don't care how late you are. Like, I really, really don't. But you better send me a heads up or something like that, knowing that, like, you're okay. Because the first thing I'm going to go to is, like, well, I'm going to worry first.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to get hurt. Like, I don't even get mad first. I'm like, I just want to make sure they're okay because they're always on time. Like,
yeah.
And I'm actually getting just a little worried as to why this person isn't here. But that's really funny to
But after you give the heads up, get your food.
Okay. First of all, I'm screaming because being late and never be late and hungry is really crazy.
But you ever like been running late and you, especially if you work like in the morning, you didn't have time to stop and get breakfast because you were late. So you're like, well, I'm already late. I'm, you know, like I'm trying to get there as quick as possible. And you were irritated for the entire day.
See, I'll be irked if somebody
I'm
comes
not
in late
going
with
to...
food. Now, I can see if you eat in your car.
Now, don't walk
don't
into
show up with
the building
food. Like,
with
please
the food.
Don't do that.
That's insane.
Because obviously you're trying to fight me.
Yeah, like
literally.
Okay, let me add that caveat. Do not walk into the building with the food or your coffee or whatever. That's wild.
No, that's really
definitely
crazy.
Eat it before you get in there.
Before you like in the car.
Yes.
Like, I would truly hope that you would be smart enough to do that, because if you ever try me walking in that door and you are already 30 minutes late and then you're going to tell me like, oh, hey, anybody want a munchkin? That munchkin can go to hell. That little donut hole can go to hell right along with you.
Not the munchkins catching the
and
stray.
Your career here.
I'm screaming. All right.
I hate people so bad.
Do you believe in second chances?
Yeah, of course. I mean, because if God is the God of second chances, then I mean, why can't I give a second chance? Now, it's not for everything. Let's be very clear about that. Now, there are, well, I mean, God gives everybody second chances. But, I mean, there is some things that I probably could not overlook for somebody to give a second chance. Like, for me, and I know some guys are probably gonna look at this video. Yeah, some of y'all gonna look at this video and say like, "Oh man, I don't know about that." But if cheating, that is not a second chance to me. I'm sorry. You could be mad about that all you want. But if you actually step out and you had the mindset to actually cheat on me, that is something I really don't think is forgivable. And I could truly say, my hands straight up to God, I have never cheated in a relationship that I have been in. And I'm proud to actually say that.
You better be.
But some people, they're happy about cheating on people. And they get a rush out of it. Like, they really, really do. But for me, if you...
hospital.
Okay. Because obviously somebody... let's not get aggressive on here. But... cheating, that is something that I could really not do a second chance for. Now, some people, maybe different things where it's like, if you're married, or that takes things into account, or if you have children and things like that, or if you have a property together, businesses together, accounts together, and things like that. But for me, I don't think that I could do the work of giving somebody that second chance if they cheated on me.
Woo, child, because it takes work. It takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work. And I've seen people go through it too, where they're just like, I'm trying to forgive him. I'm just like, I mean, I wouldn't, but I mean, I'm really proud of you for doing that work. But for me, the moment that you cheat on me, it takes
a lot of work, and it takes work on both ends too. It takes a lot of work. I believe in second chances. Like you said, I don't think that it's applicable to every scenario. There are some things where it's just like, no, like I'm good. even if I can forgive you for something, we can't move forward from this together.
Yes.
We can move forward from this separately, but we can't move forward from this together, whether that be like romantic relationship, friendship, whatever. Like we just, this is the end of the road for us.
Boys to men is giving boys to men.
It is. So yeah, that's my take on second chances.
Do you think second chances are essential? Do you think second chances are like important? Like,
I think that second chances can be important. I think that we've seen and heard many stories of people who have gotten a second chance and have done like wonders with it.
Yeah.
So, yes. Yes, I do.
Do you believe in people spinning the block?
Spinning what block?
Spinning the block, like if you like break up or something like that. Do you believe in spinning the block or no?
Hear me out. No, hear me out. I think it depends on why.
Second chance.
I think there's a lot that needs to go into that. I don't think that's just a blanket yes or a blanket no, because I think that you would have to consider why the relationship ended in the first place. That's the main thing. Like, why did the relationship end in the first place?
Yeah.
And where you and the other person are now, and what could be different.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's like a blanket yes or no.
Yeah.
I mean, it works for some people. It don't work for others.
It definitely doesn't.
You know, Nelly and Ashanti, it seemed to work for.
Grace spin the block.
But then J-Lo and Ben, it did not work for.
No,
so like,
not at all, actually.
Yeah, so I think it depends.
Yeah. That's actually really good. I mean, I do believe in spinning a block. I do, but it definitely has to be with the right person. Like, you just can't just like,
you can't just
if somebody treated you wrong and then like they spin the block and they're still going to have the same behavior, like you said. Like, if you're going to have the same behavior, like there's really no point in spinning the block in any type of way. But I think that it definitely depends on the person. It's definitely not, like you said, it's not for everybody at all. Not at all.
What is the toughest decision that you've made thus far? And did it work out in your favor?
The toughest decision that I've made, the toughest decision I made was, I think it was to really, really get serious about social media. I think that was a really tough decision as to like, because at times I was really depressed about it. Like, things weren't going the way that they needed to, especially on YouTube. I'm just like, Lord, I've had like 5, 6, 7 subscribers for like literally 3 years, and like nothing is happening.
Child,
like
I just
whatsoever.
Got the 6.
No, you're coming up though. But like during those times, it was really difficult because I'm just like, what the heck am I doing? Like, I just have to know. I mean, I know what I'm doing, but it's just like, why isn't it reaching the audience that I wanted to reach?
Yeah.
You know, so that was a tough decision because even like a couple years ago, when like you had people who are telling you like, oh, you're so great, you're so funny, and it's just like, but did you watch my video? No. That's really incredible. But you know, I would definitely love for you to take a listen to Watch or two, you know. But I think was a hard decision for me to say, like, because I was really teetering with like, do I want to do it or not? But I'm definitely glad that I really made that decision to do it because God is really doing this thing right now. So that's definitely one of them. But how about you?
I think the toughest decision I made was to get married. And I think it was not the toughest, but the most important. Like, it was the most serious decision that I made because it's a serious thing.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like there was a lot
Mm-hmm.
to take into consideration.
Mm-hmm.
Because don't nobody have time for no divorce. I don't even know how you file for divorce. Like I would have to go on Google and type in like how do you file
Divorce.
for the like I don't know what to do. So it wasn't a decision that I entered into lightly. Like it wasn't just like oh, she asked, so I said yeah. Like no, I had to think. I needed to be sure that I was making the right decision.
Yeah.
It worked out in my favor though.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, marriage is a really, really big step. Like
It
that is a
is.
really, really big step.
It is.
It
And I
really
feel like
is.
sometimes people are like they take that step and they don't really consider everything. And like it wasn't just like a decision about me and her. Like there was a child involved too. So like no, that's not something that we can play around with and just be like, oh, we're good now. Like no, like we had to, like we needed to be sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it worked out in my favor.
That's really good too, because I know that when like married folks that may watch this and things like that, like they would probably definitely agree that it's like that was like probably the biggest day of their life, you know, or like, you know, that was the biggest decision that they ever made, you know, because of course when you go into the future, you really don't even look at divorce as an option. Like
right.
we don't say I do to be divorced. Like there's no point. And there's a lot of ugly things that go into divorce. And even like it gets ugly with just relationships, you know. Thank God I never had to deal with a ugly breakup or anything like that, but like, you know, it really does get that deep. Like it really, really does.
It definitely goes there. Like Degrassi.
Not Degrassi. No, but that's really a really great question though. I think that's a really good question.
I'm gonna jump around a bit.
Okay.
What is the best compliment you received?
The best compliment I received was that I love watching your videos. I think that's like the greatest compliment ever, because it really makes me keep going. You know, it puts a smile on my face. Or like, you know, somebody may comment on one of our videos and they put like a line from like something that we said. Like that is like the greatest compliments to me, because obviously I'm not in a relationship, so I don't get compliments anywhere else. Obviously,
I'm screaming, please shut up.
But like, you know, I think that compliment is always rewarding to me.
Yeah.
That it's just like I made somebody, or like another comment that somebody told me was that I was having a bad day, but like I went to get paid to like you really turn my day around. I'm just like that really touched me. Like that really like right, you know, puts a little tug on my heart. You know,
screaming.
So that is really some of like the greatest compliments that I could really get. Or like when somebody says like you're when I was in church, this lady says like, I don't know, when you walk in a room, like you light up the room. And I'm just like, oh, that's really, thank you. So, don't make me cry here, my Lord.
I'm screaming.
No, but like I really love when people say that, where it's just like, I can tell when you walk through the door, you kind of turn the whole thing around. Just, because I'm a handful as well.
Yeah.
No, but that really is a great compliment where people just like enjoy my presence, or like they just love to have me around. I think that's like the greatest thing. Or when people are like, where you been? When you coming around? And I'm just like, I'm coming. I promise I'm coming. I don't know when. Oh, Lord. But you know,
the wind always gets me too.
Okay. How about you?
I think the best compliment that I received that comes to mind, it actually came from my wife. She told me,
yes!
I know, right?
Wife!
She told me that she didn't think that she would still be alive without me.
Oh, my Lord.
That's like crazy, right? Like, what do you mean?
Yes.
Like, and of course, like she broke it down and she explained it, but I'm just like,
that just turned me on, my Lord.
I'm screaming, please shut up. But it's just like, what you mean? Like, first of all, I didn't even do anything. Like, that's kind of like how I feel. Like, I didn't even do nothing.
Right.
But clearly I did. So,
I mean, you are amazing.
well, thank you.
You really,
I
really
do
are.
try my
Like,
best.
you're not only an amazing wife, mother, like, you're an amazing friend. Like,
Well, thank
literally,
you.
literally.
I do try my
So I
best.
definitely understand that. Like, I do, because when it comes to like you, Cordell, even like my E2 family and things like my 105 family, even 6132,
All these numbers.
without the, okay, all numbers, but without them, like, you know, life wouldn't be what it is today. It definitely wouldn't. Like, being able to do this with you every other week and things like that, like us meeting up is just healing in itself.
It really is.
It really, really is. So
it really is.
that's really good. Come on, Nicole, my lord. You better love your wife. I love it. Y'all know I love y'all. Like, I love y'all dearly down. There would be nothing ever that I would not do for y'all, literally. And y'all get on my last nerve. Yeah.
Thank you. We try.
Not we try. I'm screaming.
Let's jump down. Let's talk. So we talked movies. We've talked music. So let's jump into some TV shows. I'm screaming.
I love some TV shows, okay? Literally.
All right. So growing up, what were your favorite TV shows?
Growing
I have
up,
too many.
I have so many. TV show, oh my gosh, so many. If we just go straight off of like TGIF, like alone, like Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, even with like even going to like Disney or Nickelodeon, all that. Like, I mean, I really thank God that we were born during the time that we were, because we really had some great TV shows were really lit.
TV
like
was
when
really
actually
poppin'.
family shows were essential
They
to
really were.
like to TV. Like
they really, really were.
Even before when we had TV guides, my
I'm
lord,
screaming.
when we
You
had to
remember
look through the
them?
thing, we had to look through the thing.
Oh my God, to see what was coming
what was coming on, and what station it was coming on.
They changed the game when they put the guy on the TV.
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
then it used to be so irking because if you missed your channel, you had to wait for it to go through all the channels. Oh my God, so irritating. It really was a time to be alive.
What a time. I mean, we really had the best shows like ever. Even I really didn't like this show. I might get canceled for this. Family Matters really wasn't a great show for me, like at all. It was a cringe, the whole thing.
So I liked the show growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to try to watch it, and I couldn't.
It's not a great one.
Couldn't.
The only person I really liked was the grandmother. That was it.
Yeah,
everybody else,
couldn't.
or I'm sorry, the aunt too.
Rachel.
Aunt, yes. Other than that, it was actually a really trash show. But it was the fact that like it was beautiful people on there. It was a black family.
Yeah.
And one thing we're going to do was support blackness.
Yeah.
So like, and even with like, you know,
I did faithfully watch it.
Yeah, I faithfully watched it too, but it really wasn't a really good show. You know what show that I look at totally different now, which I used to really love growing up, and I really actually hate the show right now? Moesha.
I
like the jingle.
I'm screaming.
I love the jingle.
I don't hate Moesha, but she was a trash friend.
She was the villain.
She was a trash friend.
She was.
Growing up, if we going back like 90s back, Gullah Gullah Island was in heavy rotation in the house.
Heavy rotation, my lord. Not Face. Oh my lord.
Definitely back to Face.
Oh my god.
I was a heavy lineup kid.
Yes.
Because nobody was sitting there changing channels all day.
No.
So it was like Face. So it was Gullah Gullah Island, and even though I hated this show, I watched it. The Busy World of Richard Scarry.
Oh, I actually
really
never really got
the
into
show.
that. I would have watched Wishbone before I watched that show.
Wishbone was an amazing show.
It was actually a really
Wishbone
good
was
show.
an amazing show.
Shout out to Zoom, my lord. Zoom. No, that was
Watch
really
that.
my show. You know what else was really my show? And when he comes up on social media, like I really get excited, and that's Blue's Clues.
Yes.
Because when Steve comes on, he'll be like, "How's everybody doing?" I'm like, "I'm not doing good, Steve. Like, I'm not. There's so much going on, Steve. I hate it here, guy. Oh my god."
People
Anytime
be
he comes
falling
in.
apart in his comments.
because this thing is so sincere. He be like,
It
hey,
is.
it's a subtle like, hey there. It's just like, stop, Steve. What are we doing
No,
here?
Blue's Clues heavy.
I love Blue's Clues.
What else?
And actually, I got every single clue every single time. Like, there wasn't a time that I didn't unsolve a mystery with Steve. There was never a time. My Lord.
I didn't always get the first clue, but like once we got to the second, I'm
Right.
like, all right, I'm starting to piece this together.
Right.
This is this.
Definitely by the second clue, I'm like, I already got it, Steve. I got it. I got it.
What else? Like you said, all that. Kenan and Kel.
Oh, yeah.
What else did I watch?
I mean, now looking back, when that documentary came out and stuff like that
Floored.
about
Floored.
That was crazy.
It was crazy.
And I said,
especially remembering,
yes,
like when they were showing some of the clips, and I'm like, yo, I remember watching.
I remember watching that and really laughing and thinking that it was funny, but
yes,
it really wasn't. Now on Nickelodeon, that was y'all were wild back then, and I mean wild. My Lord.
Cartoon wise. Rocket Powers.
Talk to me nice. Because Cat Dog was really my show. Like, Cat Dog was really it, okay?
You know what show me and Amber really used to run up? Angry Beavers. We really used to run that show up. And the Animaniacs. Because I love them.
Oh, my gosh.
And Tiny Toons and, like, the Looney Tunes.
Love,
and, like, all of them.
love.
Definitely.
I mean, Pinky and the Brain, please. We're Pinky and the brain.
It was a great show.
Great show.
And then of course we had all the sitcoms. So like Moesha, the Parkers, Girlfriends.
What do you think was better, Moesha or the Parkers? If you had to choose one right now, which one would you choose, Moesha or the Parkers? I hope you choose correctly, Lord.
No.
If it was a do or die, and they both on at the same time, you can only watch one.
I'm not going to hold. If I could only watch one, I'm not going to hold you. It's going to depend on the season.
Oh, okay.
It's really going to depend on the era of Moesha. Is this like beginning Moesha when she was like being mean to D? Is this like mid Moesha? Like when Dorian got
love
introduced?
Brandy though, love her. Damn.
What era are we in? Because depending on the era, like.
I feel like the Parkers was always better than Moesha. Like, I always feel like the Parkers was a lot more, like, it was definitely funnier than Moesha, like, hands down. Because when you got Monique and, I forgot. Yeah, when you have them. Also, Countess was singing down on that show. Countess was singing down.
Freestyle Unity did have the bop.
Really, they definitely
but so did CPQ.
They did.
They had the bops too. So like that's what I'm saying. Like there were bops on both shows.
I'm always gonna choose the Parkers. Moesha just really irked me. Like Moesha just was not a good person, like at all.
You know what really does it for me? Like why I would always hesitate on the Parkers, not because of the show itself, because the show itself was like chef's kiss.
And Professor Ogilvy
pissed me. I hated him.
Oh. The professor.
I didn't like the dynamic between him and Monique. I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact.
Cringe.
I didn't like the fact that they had her like chasing this man because first of all he was never all that. Monique was always decent. Hair was always laid. Outfits was always on point. Like why are we chasing behind this person? Like I didn't like that. And I didn't like I didn't like that the show ended with them getting married. I did not like that. He didn't deserve her.
No.
I didn't like
never deserved her, to be honest.
I didn't like it, but she was always
a piss behind.
But even when in like their more like serious moments when she would like dial back the flirting, she always had his back.
Yeah.
Like
always,
10 toes down every time. And then he would be like you would get a glimpse of him like realizing like dang, she really had my back. And then he would go to like being a dickhead again. I couldn't do it.
That is true.
Let's see. What popular TV shows have you not seen or you've seen them and you don't like them, even though everybody's like,
I'm going to get canceled. I don't think I can answer this question. One show is really going to have people like, two shows are going to have people like, okay, so what are you doing with your life? And the first one is Game of Thrones.
Never
seen one.
Never seen
one. And I promise you, I don't even look for it. Like, I don't. whatsoever.
I've never seen it either.
And I never will. I'll never say, like, you know what? It's a Game of Thrones day. It will never be that. Another one that I know people are going to, they may take my black card, and I'm sorry. Oh, my Lord. Power. Never seen that one. Never seen the book 1. Never seen the book 2. Never seen the guy Tommy. I hope that guy Ghost. I've seen heard so many things about him. The only thing I probably remember about Power is when he like did the thing like across her face or something like that.
I'm screaming.
But like I've never seen that one episode. Nor am I ever going to look for it too. Especially when like the main character got off and then they brought in Mary J. Blige and I was just like, now Mary.
No, don't do Mary. Here? That was different. It was like the spinoff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was good.
It was because Mary can't act for nothing. Mary just being herself. Bothered all the time. Like, if that's one celebrity that don't want to be a celebrity, it's gosh darn Mary J. Blige. But of course she got bills to pay, so she got to be in everything. I promise you I'll never see any of those things. What about you? What's the show that
I definitely haven't seen Game of Thrones.
No.
I definitely have not seen
I've never seen it.
Thrones. I've never seen it.
I hope they're doing
episode. Well.
Wherever they are.
I think that is like the most popular show that like people talk about that I've never
I was happy when that thing went off the air. I said, great.
I wasn't like happy. I just
don't want to keep hearing about it.
Didn't watch it, so I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
I may tune in one day.
To Game of Thrones? But isn't it like 17,000 seasons?
Every episode so was like Grey's Anatomy, and I've seen every episode of that.
Yeah.
So like,
I mean, that's actually a really good show, though. That's and probably Game of Thrones is.
That's what I'm saying. So I've never seen it, so I would be willing to watch it and give it a chance because I've actually like never seen like an episode or a half an episode,
and I won't.
I'm scared.
I'm not even going to give it 300 seconds. Not at all.
Let's see. If you could bring back any like canceled show for one more season, like what would it be?
One more season? I feel like a lot of stuff ended well. If I could, one show that I really loved and I really do miss, like, because it has a spinoff, but the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I really think that the way that it ended, I really didn't like the way.
With everybody like moving out and stuff.
Yeah, and him standing in the middle of the room, trying to, I think that I would definitely love another one of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I would definitely love Martin. I would definitely love another season of Martin. Martin was just top tier. Like, they were actually, to me, Martin was almost like the comedy standard when it came to like TV. Like, if you weren't making people laugh as much as Martin was, and it really wasn't just Martin, it was really the cast. The whole cast was amazing. Yeah. Like, they really were. Pam, Gina, Cole, rest in peace, Tommy, Laura, I can't. Even the man from the Fifth Floor, bruh man.
I think
that was a great show.
Yeah. I think if I brought back any show, it would be Girlfriends. Because
why
not? I don't like the way that it ended. I felt like
are we talking another season with Tony or a season without Tony? Because that last season did not have Tony.
It didn't.
They were barely making it. My Lord. I mean, it was a good season.
Do a season and like we need Joan and Tony to reconcile.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how y'all gonna leave the show with them still not being friends?
Well,
like,
to be honest, Joan was just a really bad friend. A horrible friend. She was a terrible friend. Tony was too. And I can Tony was wrong on a lot of accounts. Because Tony is definitely my favorite. That's definitely my girl.
I think that's what it is.
But like when the time when she tried to sleep with Jones, man, I think that was really taking it entirely too far.
But Joan should have mollywopped her then.
Definitely should have. Definitely should have. So
that's my thing. Like I felt like, was Tony wild a lot? Yeah, like she was doing some crazy things, but I also felt like wasn't nobody really checking her for real.
Nobody, because nobody could check her. But the only person that really could check her was Joan.
But Joan
really didn't do it most of the time. Like, the only time she really checked her was when like she packed a box of stuff and was like putting stuff in the box around Joan's place and was like, get out. Like, I don't want anything like in here that's going to remind me of you in any type of way.
But I'm trying to remember what led up to that though.
I think. Oh, I totally. Oh my gosh, I
Because
forgot.
something happened. Tony did do something. It wasn't when she tried to sleep with Sean.
No.
Tony
It wasn't
did
that.
something, and I can't remember
I think
what it
she
was.
some
She had
it was
told
something involving
somebody
the
something.
firm or something like that. Because like I think
I feel like
Tony
she
told somebody
her
at the firm.
boss
Yes, somebody
something.
at the firm
She
something.
she told Mr. Sweeterson really used to
Oh,
take
he
me
really
out of here.
did.
But Tony told him that Sean was a sex addict.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
That's what it was.
Not
Yeah,
you bringing the mess to my
yeah.
job.
No, not definitely not.
Now
Not
you
my place
really
of
gotta,
employment.
yeah, like now
like
you really
now we
do
really
gotta
gotta fight. Like now
Right.
you really gotta see me in the middle of the street. You know what's another show that I would love to see another season of? Insecure.
Oh, okay. So we
That
can
was
add
a
that to the other list because I've
fantastic.
never.
You never seen
Okay,
Insecure?
I can't say I've never seen it. I've seen like the first episode.
I'm about to cry. It's such a great show. Oh,
All right,
Lord.
so hear me out. Let me just.
To be honest, Issa and I forgot her
Amanda
name,
Seales?
Laura. They're like the Molly. Thank you. Molly was the modern day of Joan and Tony.
Yeah.
That's probably why I love Insecure a lot more.
I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. Insecure and Game of Thrones fall in the same category, so I'm gonna just because I'm not
Insecure
ashamed.
first
So
because probably I've seen it.
I did not have HBO. I had
Okay.
Stars,
Mm-hmm.
which is how I was watching Power.
Okay,
but I did not have HBO.
Mm-hmm.
So when new shows would come on HBO, they would make it like free for the weekend so that you could see the first episode.
Oh,
so
okay.
I saw the first episode, but like I did not have HBO, so I never went past the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So now, yes, I do have like HBO Max, like streaming service, but it's never even in like my mind,
right?
Be like, oh, I'm gonna watch Insecure.
No, it's really, really good. Even like the first episode going all the way to the end, I really think that that's a show that I think everybody would thoroughly enjoy. They even got group discussions on Facebook about that thing. It's such a. I'm actually part of one of them.
What TV shows do you think deserve more like recognition? Like they deserve more props?
They deserve more props,
if any.
Now that's a good question. That probably deserves a lot more attention. I can't even think of one right now. That's so terrible. How about you? You go first. I can't think of one.
That deserves more attention or
like more recognition like right now. To be honest, these days the TV watches me a lot more than I watch it. So it's really like background noise, you know.
I agree. I would say that some of our shows, like our older shows, like Living Single, like Martin, like the Wayans brothers.
Living Single
I
really
feel like
they
deserve more recognition because they were all like groundbreaking shows.
I mean, literally, Living Single walked so their friends could run. Literally.
So,
like, I don't think people understand how great of a show Living Single was. Like, that was a fantastic show. That whole cast was great. I did not like the way that it ended because, like, when we watch, what's the dark skinned guy name? Kyle. When he explained how he got taken off of the show and like they were lying to him the whole time and things like. So I didn't like the stuff that happened behind the scenes. But when what was showed to us, like that was a fantastic show. I really have to give it to them. That was like, the perfect cast, like literally. And Kim Fields is my everything.
I have rewatched that like multiple times because it's still hilarious.
Yeah.
It's still funny, and it's even more so now because definitely didn't have any business watching it at the age that I was watching it, but as an adult and like watching it now, it's like it hits a little different and it's even better. So I think like those shows deserve more. They deserve their flowers for
Is there a show that you watched that you would never watch again? You'd be like, that was totally not worth my time.
Like one that I wouldn't rewatch?
Yeah. Your laugh took me down. I'm sorry.
Ooh. The people gonna be mad, but I ain't never cared. I probably will never have to, and not because I didn't like it, but I probably would be okay if I never saw like My Wife and Kids.
Oh. I can understand though. I can totally understand though.
Like if I walked in the house and it was on, I would watch it. Like now.
Right.
But like when I'm scrolling through looking for something to watch, it's never like in my top 5 choices.
Yeah. That's actually really true. The show that I'm thinking of, I know I'm probably gonna get canceled for this as well. But I probably could have definitely gone without Moesha.
I couldn't have gone without it though.
I could have definitely gone without it.
I couldn't have gone without it.
But I know that a lot happened through the strength of that show. Like you really got to think about like, you know, like even branching off with Ray J or, you know, even, okay, always in something and always will be. But like there was a lot, even the Parkers branch from that as well too. So there was, and even when they had crossover shows as well too. So, but I could really go without Moesha, and it's because like even because you know I watch when I do watch TV, the TV show, I mean the TV station Dabble has like all of like the old shows and things like that. But I could really like not go. I could really go without that show. Another one is Everybody Hates Chris. I could really go without that one too. Yeah. Like I don't know why they ever said green light that one.
It falls in the same category. Like if it's on, I watch it, but I don't turn to it.
Right.
Kind of like Sade. Like no, seriously. So like when Alexa is like playing and it's shuffle, like when her music comes on, I never skip it, but I also am never like, hey Alexa. Right. Like I never request it, but I don't skip it. It's the same thing. I'm never turning it on, but I also like don't turn it off.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get canceled today, but go ahead. I don't want to be that guy today. I really don't.
Let's see. How do you feel about the trend of rebooting classic TV shows?
Stop it. Today. And I'm even talking about movies too. Stop it. Yeah. Like, please stop it. Like, I really don't like they were asking what's the sister twin that got divorced? Tia, yeah, praise the Lord. And
I love her.
No, I love Tia, I really do. But everybody keeps asking her, like, would you do a sister reboot if y'all don't go to hell? Yeah. That show was how many years ago? Y'all talk about a reboot? Like, and even when somebody asked when the cast of Moesha went on to The Real, RIP to that show, and
you're so sweet.
No, I mean, okay. But like when they asked her, like, do you guys want to do a reboot? And everybody's like, yeah, we would love to. Why?
Yeah.
No, like why? Like let's leave these shows alone.
Because
like,
Miles is like 40. So like if we could not,
like
that would
seriously
also be amazing.
Like the only thing that has really worked out from like a spinoff. But it's not really even a comedy anymore, and that's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But they twisted the whole thing around with the newer one that's out today. Yeah. So like that's different if y'all do it in that aspect. But if you're going to take the same storyline, take the same stuff that they were dealing with and stuff like that, but they're like, you guys can be mothers, you guys can do this, and then I'm like, leave it alone. Like for the love of God, like please, unless somebody's going to be creative.
You know a reboot that I did really like?
Oh no.
Will and Grace.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Like
Will and Grace is an amazing show.
Yeah, so that's what, so but like when they brought it back, like it was still amazing. It was still the same chemistry, like it was still the same like level of comedy. It was still the same show. Loved it. And
it's also great that everybody's alive. Like this one show, like my dad used to make us watch it because it was on TV. But everybody loves Raymond. like you can't replace like you can't replace the dad and the mom. Like you can't replace them two. So trying to do a reboot without some of the original people would not work out. Even like a Martin reboot would not work out. Like it really wouldn't because Tommy. Like you need Tommy.
Yeah.
Like to some of these shows, like you just have to kind of just leave them alone. Yeah, and let's just be creative and come up with different ideas.
Everybody's so creative.
Right. Everybody's so creative.
What is your guilty pleasure TV show? if you have
Guilty
any.
pleasure TV show.
I feel like I used to have a lot, but I don't really have any.
Mine really was Insecure. Well, actually, right now it's the Fresh Prince one. Like, I actually can't get enough of that show. I watch every single season, every single episode. The moment something comes out, I'm like right there, like doing it as it's premiering. Like for everybody their first watch, I'm watching it first.
I'm screaming.
For sure.
I fell off of it. Like, I saw the whole first season.
Second season was even better.
I saw the beginning, like I started the second season, but I think I got up until the episode of was it Ashley's birthday party?
Yeah. Oh, that was a great one too.
Yeah, I think that was the last episode that like I saw. For me, I have like the attention span of like a squirrel. So sometimes, no, seriously. So sometimes if things take like too long to come back, like I fall off.
Right.
That's like you got like a good 3 months to bring this back. Or else I'm like, I've moved on.
Well, I mean, even then, like, because some people with the 30 years, the what's it called, the 30 years or 3 months, stop it. Meaning, like, with shows, like, even if it took 3 months for it to come back or 30 years, something like that, like, just leave it alone. Like, for the love of God, like, please. Not everything is meant to be rebooted.
Yeah.
That's why I got the boot in the first place.
I'm screaming. Please shut up.
We didn't want it to be rebooted, my Lord.
What is the most memorable plot twist that you can remember from like a TV show?
Memorable plot twist. Ooh. Memorable plot twist. I can't even think one on top of my head. Oh my gosh. What about you?
Please hold. I think I wrote one down. I think.
Because when I memorable plot twist.
Yes, I did. And it's probably the most memorable because it's like the most not recent, but recent. Bridgerton.
I never seen that.
That's actually crazy. You should watch it.
I did hear great things about it.
Yeah, but finding out who was Lady Whistledown, that was like, I remember being like, shut up.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I would say a crazy plot twist for a show was when Maya was running around with that guy and cheating on her husband.
Not Stan.
Oh my gosh. That was a plot twist because the way that he kept trying to like tell her, like, I'll tell your husband. And trying to hold it over her head. Like literally went to a baseball game, sat right next to her, antagonizing her. And she's just like, I mean, at one point she was tired. She was just like, tell him. It is what it is.
Because all she did was kiss him.
But the real plot twist,
crazy.
But the real plot twist was how her husband found out.
That
through
was
the answering machine. That was crazy.
I said, dang,
when he said no, because that was really crazy. We told him, like, I told you to take your phone out your pocket because you be pocket dialing home sometimes by accident. And then she was like, oh, I could just turn it. He said, no. Let it play. Because I want you to hear what's said. And when the girls were talking, I said, now this is a plot twist. I was not expecting it any type of way.
I think the real twist was the fact that he kicked her out.
Oh, yep.
I said, dang. Everybody at Jones.
But I said, no, again, because everybody was always at Jones, like all the time.
Since you there, be there. That's crazy. All for them to get remarried. Like, go away.
But I was happy when they got remarried. I was happy to see him. I was really mad that they changed out Jabari towards the last season. I was like, okay, now the show can really go to hell.
They needed an older one, but like he didn't give anything.
No, I don't think he never gave anything, to be honest. The new Jabari was better than the old Jabari.
The old Jabari really didn't give nothing.
Nothing at all.
I think the best thing about Jabari was Tony not calling him Jabari.
Yeah, that really was.
Because like she called him everything,
because Jamboree really took me out.
No, my favorite one was Jujubee. Like, girl.
She's like, his name is Jabari. That's what I said.
Jamboree, Jujubee, Jumanji.
No, it really
She was so wild.
She was so
She
disrespectful.
really, really was.
Were you sad when the show kind of ended when like Tony and her husband got a divorce? It was the white Jewish guy.
Was I sad when they got divorced?
Yeah. I really liked him. He was the only one that could really get her together. He was the only one.
I don't think I was sad that they got divorced. No, I think that I was like, dang, like I wanted that to work out because I felt like Tony wanted it to work out. She just didn't really know how to be like that. She wasn't taking no for an
answer as well, too. She
really
which
did
was
stalk
kind of crazy. I was just like,
she
dang,
did stalk
like, oh
him,
my God.
and then she found out she was pregnant.
Yeah. What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive.
I'm screaming.
What do you or how do you think the representation of diversity has changed in TV over the years?
It definitely has changed a lot, especially when like Scandal came along and How to Get Away with Murder came along. When you have like strong Black women lead, like that really wasn't a thing. And even Kerry Washington talked about that recently when she was like at like an event or something like that, and they said, do you think that Scandal would have worked well today in this time and age? She said no, like absolutely not. And then you had to think about it, a Black woman leading anything is already scary because you don't know if it's going to work out or not, because usually if it's not a big name, they're not going to watch it. But thank God you have Viola and Kerry Washington when we know they're going to act their behinds off.
Those are both really great shows.
Yeah, really, really great shows. So I could definitely say the diversity has changed. Now, is it showing that a lot more today? I wouldn't say as much, because when we're talking about sitcoms, how many Black sitcoms do we have out like today? Like all Black cast, like it was back in the day with like Family Matters and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like I don't think that there is like an all Black cast. Besides, but
you make a solid point, because I can't think.
Besides the one I think that's on Netflix, and I think it's starring like Kim Fields is in it.
What's it? The
Upshaws. Yeah, so that's
Never
probably like
seen it.
one of the only like shows that's out right now, unless Tyler Perry drops something. And that's no shade. Even with that new show that's out, everybody keep telling me to watch it.
Beauty in Black.
Yeah, Beauty in Black or something like that. But I've seen how raunchy it really gets, so I think I might sit this one out. I'm really not sure. But has it changed? I think it did for a certain amount of time. And then I think we're kind of easing our way back into what it was before.
Yeah. Sometimes I think the representation feels forced. Like it doesn't feel like genuine representation. It feels like I'm going to plant this person here to be able to say that like we're diverse,
right?
Like we're gonna sprinkle a couple Black people. We might place a Latina person. We might sprinkle you like a member of the LGBTQ community, and then we're going to say, oh, we're diverse.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, like watching the show, it's like all of these pieces don't mix.
Yeah. Yeah. And don't gel well, too, because some stuff is actually a cringe. Because you could tell the chemistry just really wasn't there, and it was kind of forced. The only people that really held it together that I think did a great job hiding what they were doing off screen to being on screen was Martin and Gina, because they really didn't like each other outside of the show. But the moment the camera started rolling, they were really in love with each other.
Well, yeah, towards the end of the show, but that's when they stopped filming together.
Yeah, yeah. And she moved away, and stuff like that, yeah.
So you had those things too, just like with Kyle, like, because he moved to London.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, true, yeah.
Child, they used to love moving people.
They used to love doing that. Listen, that's all that TV was.
Circling back to reboots, did you watch, because I didn't, did you watch, I think it was called Girl Meets World?
No.
So like I heard good things about it.
Wait, well, wasn't that the one that they were older, right?
They were older, and it was like Corey and Topanga's daughter.
No, I didn't see that one. No.
Yeah. I didn't either, but I heard good things about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I did hear good things about it. I just didn't want to watch it.
That's interesting because I haven't heard. It didn't reach my eardrum,
I'm
so I don't.
screaming.
But I truly hope that the show is doing well. I
No,
truly
I mean,
do.
I just felt like nothing would have compared to Boy Meets World
Nothing.
anyway.
Nothing.
So
Especially with especially Mr. Fiorini is not. That was the name, right?
Feeney.
Fiorini was
our
Gam.
teacher.
Yeah. Mr. Feeney
Mr.
really was like
Feeney.
that guy. Like,
He
you know.
was.
And he always had great analogies. He always used to get people together, like, you know. So if the show really didn't have that, then it's kind of like,
I feel like Feeney was in the reboot.
He was? Okay, so if he is in a reboot, then I might check it out.
Well, it's old now, but I'm sure you can find it probably on Disney Plus because it was like a Disney show.
Yeah, it was the Disney show, yeah.
But shout out to Boy Meets World. You know what show I did not like?
What?
On Nickelodeon. It really used to creep me out. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I love that show.
It creeped me out. I did not like the way it came on. Why is this swing set squeaking? Like,
what about
I just
High
couldn't do it.
Monsters?
I loved it.
Okay.
Obsessed.
Okay.
Obsessed.
But wasn't there Goosebumps? Did you like that one?
No.
No, I love Goosebumps.
No, thank you. I watched Ghost Rider.
I remember it, but I don't remember it too.
Show.
Okay.
That was a
Not WHYY. Okay.
That was a WHYY.
Shout out to that. I love that.
Nickelodeon used to have popping game shows too, because I wanted to go on Legends of the Hidden Temple so bad.
So bad. And when? So bad. And when?
Yes.
I definitely wanted to go on what was the slime one?
Oh my gosh.
Where like you get something wrong, you get slime like from up above.
Was it Figure It Out?
Yeah, Figure It Out. Yeah. That was another good one. Too. Yeah.
I never wanted to go on Wild and Crazy Kids. It always looked chaotic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually would kind of turn that off.
Right.
But definitely Legends of the Hidden Temple. Like, I wanted to go on there.
Mm-hmm.
Faithfully.
And it looked a lot of fun too. Even the supermarket games where like you had to like run around the supermarket and
like Supermarket Sweep.
Yes. Such a great show.
Listen, I can navigate me a supermarket. Okay. I will win us some money on Supermarket Sweep.
I promise you, on my life, you will definitely make sure that we are going to get this money.
Some money on Supermarket Sweep. You have where I'm not fitting to win you no money. Mm-hmm. Jeopardy. It's really over.
No. But I definitely got you on Wheel of Fortune.
Totally.
I definitely got you on Wheel of Fortune.
Totally got you on Wheel of Fortune.
Absolutely.
We're going to walk away with a check.
There will definitely be a check at the end
trip,
of it.
Something.
I mean, even
we're leaving with something.
Even Family Feud. I'm not taking my family,
definitely got you on
but
Family
you know, I love my family down like I do, but I ain't taking y'all on Family Feud like whatsoever because my dad is really probably going to piss me off. He goes like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? Say anything.
My big I would not be the good answer. That's
I promise you I won't.
A terrible answer.
No, I promise you I won't be that person. He'll be like, oh, that was such a great one. I actually thought it was dumb. but let's thank God my mic is muted because this is crazy.
If it is muted, I'm screaming. No, I definitely could do Family Feud.
Yeah.
Definitely could do Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I definitely could.
Definitely. It's really up for Jeopardy though. That's never gonna happen. It's also up for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Oh.
I'm only gonna make it. I'm not gonna be a millionaire. I can just tell you that right now.
I get up to the 1,000 and then that's where we're gonna be like, yeah, we're done here. Yeah, this was fun. But you want to see the next question? Nope. I don't know it.
I can probably get to 5. After that, I don't know. Because some of these questions, I'm just like, how would anybody know that?
Like, how would anybody know? Like, I'll definitely get you to the 100, the 200, 300. I promise you, I'm going to be fantastic at that. But after that, it gets a little dreary. It gets a little dreary.
It's this show. It was, I think they still have it, but it was like an old show. First of all, you remember the Game Show Network? They used to play all the old game shows. Uh-huh. So my mom used to watch it, and so
I love the Whammy guy.
$100,000 Pyramid.
Oh,
I could get some money on that.
That's actually a good one.
Get us some money on that.
I actually really could. Yeah.
I'm screaming.
Oh Lord.
But we only got a few minutes left.
Yes, these times go by so quickly.
They
like
really
we
do.
really be in here and it just be like
busting it up.
zoom by. But if y'all see the new, y'all like our new cute car. I love it. And shout out to Jade making this happen. My Lord, I need to learn this like in some type of way, literally. No, but these are really
shout out to
adorable.
CVS.
Okay. A friend of the show.
I'm screaming.
Yes.
But I think that's all we have.
Yeah,
Oh
so
gosh.
please guys make sure that you tune in to our previous episodes, my Lord.
Episodes 1 and 2.
Okay, because they're out right now. Like literally you can finish this video and then go to the other ones to see what we're talking about.
Yes.
So so I'm really, really excited about this podcast, doing it with my best friend. Like we're literally making it happen, making it do what it do. So we're trying to get to the point where we are literally doing every other Friday.
Yes.
Like that's what we're trying to do. So if you don't see us drop an episode one Friday, just know it's coming the following one. And
we're also trying to retire. Okay. So if y'all could assist with that would actually be amazing.
Like I love
Like I can't stress that enough.
No, I really can't stress it enough. And I said this on the first episode. Yes. You guys can see it in the first like 10 minutes. Like I was just like, I would love to do this forever. Like I would love to do this forever. Come in here, make you guys laugh, and then go about our gosh darn business.
Oh my goodness. So if you didn't have to work to make money, is this what you would do?
I would do this forever.
Would you do anything else? Like in addition to this?
Yeah, I would definitely sing. Yeah.
All right.
I would actually take that a lot more seriously. Yeah. I mean, because like, to be honest, I spend 50 hours a week at work, and I probably spend, and this is not even an exaggeration too, I probably spend like 30 to 40 hours a week on like content. So if I could use those 50 hours doing something else, that would be awesome.
Yeah. I would definitely do this. I would travel a lot and like I guys vlog, but I would like just travel, see the world. And I would probably cook a lot.
Oh.
I don't know, because I like really love it.
You love cooking. Like you love cooking.
I don't. I feel like I don't have no time.
No, seriously. Like literally. Like even after this, I'm glad we're gonna go get something to eat, because I'm like, I do not, because I'm trying to be great with money.
Same.
So I'm like, the last thing I really don't want to do is literally like leave here and then go have to cook. Like I'm literally trying to go sit somewhere and be served.
First of all, everything in my house is frozen.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
Let's talk about it. Let me clarify, because what y'all not going to do is me. Not frozen like frozen TV dinners, like frozen like
meat.
Yes. Like your mom called, like, take the ground beef, right? Like frozen.
No. See, y'all know they really got money. Okay, they really got money.
I'm screaming
because they even got what's it called? They even got lump crab meat.
I'm hollering.
My Lord. Listen, go inside people's freezers, okay? So listen,
it was very much on sale.
It wasn't looking for ice, okay? I'm looking for more than ice. I'm trying to see what you got in there. So just for me to make sure.
It was not lump. It was claw. It was very much on sale. Okay, ShopRite.
No, that stuff is the good stuff.
Sale
That's the good stuff.
Meat quite often. Don't do that. Don't tell these people these lies.
But yes, but thank you guys for tuning in. This was like really awesome. Like literally. And please to make sure that you guys subscribe to Jay's page, my Lord. Make sure you subscribe to my page as well. Please do not forget about our Instagram page as well.
Yes.
You know, make sure that you click that follow. And then while you're there clicking the follow, there is a link inside. Oh, Jesus, there is a link inside that bio. My Lord. And that link will take you straight to Jade's YouTube page for you guys to subscribe to her page. So I feel like it's all in a line. Oh, Jesus, I feel like it's all in a line.
Please subscribe to my page.
Yeah, so we can get these numbers up. But yes, thank you guys so much. I don't know how the rest of this end will go, but
What?
That's for another time.
It is. Till next time, y'all.
Yeah.